Wait a minute. My guest, I am Jaye. Let me see that mirror. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, what we doing? Let me see that mirror. That's the drop. My guest, I'm Jaye the Stylist.
I'm Kryssi the Doll.
I'm Sasha Sweets. Tax season is in full swing, and while most get fat checks, some owe the government. Today we have Wykisha Grace here from Gracetaxservicesllc to give us some insight on this tax season and some do's and don'ts, and just educate us a little bit. So welcome.
Hi.
We're glad to have you on this show.
I'm glad to be a guest.
We're glad to have you. So my question to you first is, what made you become a tax preparer?
I've actually always loved numbers, but I'm more like educating everybody on financial, how to handle their finances. That's what, like, most people try to correct their credit, but it all starts with the financial aspect of learning how to manage your money, and that's how I got into taxes.
Okay, awesome.
Nice. So, how long have you been in business?
I have actually been in business for 5 years, but I have been doing taxes for 12 years.
Okay, so you've had your own business
I have owned
for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Very nice, and congratulations to you. That's awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. I started out as a revenue examiner from the Alabama Department of Revenue. I was a desk auditor for 5 years before I decided to own my own.
You've been hitting me up.
Oh yeah, sending them letters.
So what do you like most about preparing taxes?
Like I said, for me, it's a passion as far as educating people and finances. You'd be surprised at how many people is living paycheck to paycheck, which they actually don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people don't know how to do the withholdings on their job. A lot of people in human resources are not teaching people how to do the correct withholding. So a lot of times when they come get their taxes done, they either got to owe and they don't like it, because they get their money throughout the year. And that's what I tell most people. Either you're going to get the money.
So I always heard with withholding, you should do, what is it, like 1 in 7 or 1 in 5 or something like that?
No ma'am. I always recommend people to do single in 1 or single in 2. That's
I always did that, and then we get like $10,000 taken out my check. So.
No, it don't come, no. Single in 0, you're going to get the max taken out. So you're going to bring less home.
So, let me just ask you this. I've noticed that it depends on what tax bracket you're in, especially when a lot of people depend on the EIC, the Earned Income,
That's
is
correct.
it Child Tax
Credit? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I understand, and now correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that if your bracket is over like $55,000, that you're no longer eligible for that EICT, I think it is.
Actually, it varies, because that depends on how many kids you're claiming. But it does say if you earn like maybe around $53,000 or less, that's what you get. Less, you get the earned income credit.
Right.
Anything over that, yes, you lose out on that.
Okay.
But you still get the additional child tax credit. You just don't get the earned income credit. It's 2 different credits on that.
Never knew that.
Wow.
Okay, so what do you think the number one mistake is that people often make? Like, if you can pinpoint one thing that you've come across in your career that people mess up or make a mistake on, or a costly mistake, what would you say that is?
It's a lot of number one things, but the main thing, in my opinion, is the tax preparer.
Really?
If your tax preparer is not educated on the new credits, the new laws that is coming out, and know how to ask you the right questions with the information you provide, you're going to miss out on a lot. And a lot of people just are fly-by-night tax preparers. They just put the information in. So therefore, that's when you're going to get audited. That's when you're going to get letters sent to you, and you're going to get in trouble. And you're going to end up owing. And people fail to realize, you might get $8,000 or $9,000 or however much during the tax season. But when tax season is over, around October, November, that's when examiners go back through the tax returns, and that's why you start getting letters saying you owe. They go back and review the tax returns and ask you to provide proof of the information that's on the tax return. But a lot of tax preparers don't know how to. If you're a real tax preparer, you know how to answer the letters. But if you're a fly-by-night, they're going to tell you when you call, I don't know what to tell you.
So what about those people that just go to like Jackson Hewitt or H&R Block or like one of those mainstream
TurboTax?
Right.
As far as Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block, well, this is what I tell people. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but 9 times out of 10, there's somebody that they hired off the street. They take a 6-week class before tax season.
Talk about it.
So only thing they know how to do is when you come in with a W-2, all the thing they know how to do is go in and put it in. They don't necessarily know about taxes. When I say taxes, I mean the IRS codes, what you can and cannot claim. What you, as far as, let's see, like somebody can walk in with dividends, Roth IRAs. They wouldn't know how to put that information in because all they do is just train on the basic. That's why I always tell people when you choose a tax preparer, ask them are they educated. Ask them have they take the updated class. You have that right. I have a lot of people that come to me that sometimes be their first time, and if your gut instincts are telling you not to go to them, you do not need to go to them. You need to walk away. But another big thing is people get so excited about how much money that they're getting back.
Right.
Only thing the taxpayers tell you getting $7,000 or $8,000 back, and sometimes you could be getting 10 and you might not know it. Number one thing is anytime you go to a tax preparer, before you walk out of the door,
Get a
copy of your paperwork. 9 times out of 10, if they do not want to give you a copy of your paperwork, that is because they are doing something illegal or they are stealing money from you. And what I try to do...
I'm sorry, how do they steal money from you? Like,
okay,
explain that.
I'm going to explain this to you. It is an in-between bank between me and the IRS. Okay, this in-between bank makes sure I get all my fees out of your refund for me. That's why they charge a fee for it.
Okay.
All right. If you're not paying attention and you don't have a copy of your paperwork, because you're always supposed to sign. It's like 10 pieces of paper you're supposed to sign before you leave my office. So that covers me in case the bank audit me.
Okay.
So if you're not signing all that paperwork, they can tell you your refund is $7,500 when it's actually, let's say $9,500. They divert the extra $2,000 to their account and send the rest to your account.
Dirty.
And you'll never know it if you're not getting a copy of your paperwork.
Exactly. Dirty. That's wow. Who knew? You know.
Who knew? And then it's so sad because when people aren't used to the $7,000, they hear $7,000 and they like, oh yeah, hurry up.
And see,
that's foul.
That's the point. That's the point that I was getting ready to make with the common mistakes of people. They get so excited about how much they get back. Stop doing that. Because you're allowed to get the max on what you're supposed to get. That's why you have to sit and you have to ask questions. Don't just ask, what am I getting back? Sometimes you need to ask them what they're doing to your tax return. Because a tax preparer, to keep your business, to make sure you don't walk out the door, they'll add on school credit or they add on some additional to get your refund up. To get you back the money that you wanting to get. But in the end, you're going to get audited. All they care about that fee that they get at that moment.
That's right.
Because like I tell people, 9 times out of 10, if you go to a tax preparer and they close on April the 15th, which is, the deadline, but this year is April the 17th because it's on a weekend. But if a tax place is closed on April the 15th, you don't need to go to them.
Wow.
Because you don't never know what type of letters or something that you're going to get in the off season. Like I told you, in the off season, when all those tax returns are cleared up, they go back through those tax returns. They look at your dependents. They look at information, especially this year they are seriously cracking down on the dependents and they're cracking down on their school credit. They're not playing with that.
Okay. Wow.
That's actually a question that I wanted to ask you.
ICDC College.
Are they even still around anymore?
Right.
I digress. But that's one question I did want to ask you. What are you doing the off season? Because I always wonder, like, you're doing taxes for what, 4 months?
4 months.
So what happens the rest of the time?
Actually, with me, I am open all year round. So I have more people, like I said, that get those letters. When they can't get in touch with their tax preparers, they'll find somebody like me. Somebody might recommend it to me, and I'll fix their tax returns.
I can see why.
Yes, because I'm very knowledgeable.
Obviously.
She's on it.
Yeah,
Right.
But I also do insurance adjusting, also in the off season.
Oh, nice.
But the bulk of my business is tax because I care. All my people that come to me, they know I'm loyal to them, and I care about all my people. And I'm going to tell you the truth, regardless of whether you like it or not.
That's right.
Okay. That's awesome. So what main tip can you give everyone that's preparing their taxes?
Like I said, the number one reason is choose a good tax preparer. Ask questions. Don't go in just asking, what am I going to get back? Get to know what's going on with your taxes. Okay. Just ask them what are they doing and get paperwork. Main thing is
Make
get
sure you
paper.
get a copy.
Make sure you get a copy of your
Give
paperwork.
You get a
me
copy.
my papers.
Yes. Well, there you have it. Thank you, Wykisha, for coming to sit in with us. And again, that's another segment of Be My Guest. And thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Jaye the Stylist.
I'm Kryssi the doll.
And I'm Sasha Sweets.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.